Welcome to Lessons from the Mundane, or LFTM, the show where you and I are able to glean life-giving lessons from everyday things all around us, otherwise known as the mundane. My name is Jason, or you can call me Jace, your humble host for these next few minutes and a fellow believer in living a life of abundance and fulfillment. Something I truly desire to share with you. Today, my friends, I have the immense privilege of bringing you this week's topic, and that is the cancerous nature of comparison. As of the posting of this video, I'm taking the last few classes I need to get my associates this year. Finally. The class I'm attending right now is called Life Science. It's a course that goes over how our bodies absorb energy and nutrients through food, and even details of the life cycle of cells. In this class, I learned that cancer is actually the body's inability to control cell division, as in cells splitting apart. So then what you're left with is an unhealthy amount of replicated cells with faulty DNA, and that's what creates a tumor. This naturally causes problems for the entire body, not just the affected area, and even more so if it's malignant as opposed to a benign tumor. Benign stays in place, malignant moves around. That being said, let's compare that to our lives. Keeping in mind that we're not referring to the healthy kind of comparison found in sports or the competitive scene. You know, the kind that motivates and pushes you to do better in order to win. No, I'm talking about the unhealthy kind that takes another's accomplishments and places them right next to your shortcomings and takes the results of that comparison and attaches that to their own self-worth. Take a look at these gloves. One is fingerless, one is full. Let's say we're the fingerless glove. What happens to our self-esteem when most of our time is spent looking at and envying the fuller shape of the other glove, the softness of its material? Naturally, our perceived value would plummet all the way to bedrock, and we'd eventually end up as this bitter person that's unable to accomplish anything worthwhile when working with people like this. All of that can result from a small cancer cell called comparison. Or look at these. Aside from the fact that I turn into a joke almost immediately if I walked into the gym wearing these, they would tear on me the moment I tried to pick up some weights. They're not made for that. They were not designed for grip and pressure. But guess who was? Ladies and gentlemen, we cheat ourselves out of a level of confidence and boldness that is our right when we focus on what we don't have versus what we do, on what we lack rather than what we've got. Whether your calling is to be in front of the camera or behind it, doesn't the operation need both to succeed? Guys, this topic for sure needs a part 2, so stay tuned. Because for a subject this important, we can't afford to be off on our education. So, I'll close with the guiding word for today's lesson, which can be found in Psalm 139, verses 13 and 14. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. You put them on, you take them off, but I'll bet you never thought of how gloves could reflect the uniqueness of every single one of our purposes on this earth. This one belongs in the gym. But when you're looking good and going out into the cold, you need this. They each have their unique purpose for which they are valuable and in some cases indispensable. And furthermore, you'll notice that their purpose is reflected in their design, how it is made up. We're built the same way. But regardless, gloves are pretty mundane, but their lessons forever remain. My name is Jason. This was Lessons from the Mundane, or LFTM, and I speak favor and fulfillment over your life. This week, I implore you, I'm begging you, take some extra time out of your day and just analyze, just pay attention to the ways in which you stand out, in which you are unique. Don't be so worried about what so-and-so has or what they're doing. The real question here is, who are you? And what are you truly capable of? I'll see you next time.